PA002, Legislation Summative NURS 5050, Policy and Advocacy for Improving Population Health. PA002, Summative Assessment Overview. For this performance task assessment, you will review a population health-related bill of interest and will develop a legislation testimony or advocacy statement in which you advocate a position for the population health-related bill you selected. Submission length, 2-part submission. 1. A 1 to 2 page legislation grid template, and 2. A 1 to 2 page legislation testimony advocacy statement. Your response to this assessment should reflect the criteria provided in the rubric. Adhere to the required assignment length. This assessment requires submission of 2 files, a completed legislation grid and a completed legislation testimony or advocacy statement. Save these files as PA002 template first initial last name and PA002 advocacy statement first initial last name. You may submit a draft of your assignment to the Turnitin draft check area to check for authenticity. When you are ready to upload your completed assessment, use the Assessment tab on the top navigation menu. Instructions. Access the following to complete this assessment. Legislation grid. Part 1. Legislation grid. Based on the population health-related bill you selected, address the following in the grid. Describe the population health-related bill, including whether the bill you selected is federal or state legislation. Summarize the legislative intent of the population health-related bill. Identify the opponents of the population health-related bill. Identify the target populations. What is the status of the population health-related bill? A minimum of 2 resources should be utilized and properly cited. Part 2. Legislation Testimony Advocacy Statement. Based on the population health-related bill you selected, develop a 1 to 2 page legislation testimony advocacy statement that addresses the following. Advocate a position for the population health-related bill you selected and write testimony in support for your position. Describe how you would address the opponent to your position. Be specific and provide examples. Explain how the social determinants of income, age, education, or gender affect this legislation. A minimum of 2 outside and 3 core specific resources should be utilized and properly cited. Please contact Nursing Assignments Pro for help with PA002, Legislation Summative NURS 5050, Policy and Advocacy for Improving Population Health, or any other assignment. Email nursingassignmentsprofessor@gmail.com.